Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Happy New Year to the football family. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast, the first show of 2022. My name is Benton, along with the family. Happy New Year, Junior. Come on, Wagwan family. Happy New Year.
Thank you, and same to you.
All right. Come on, boy. A long time I don't see you. Come on. Junior, Wagwan family.
Well, I'm here and my great fandom is out of COVID protocol, so we are ready. In Ralph, we trust.
And come on, Junior, we want to speak about winning teams today on today's show. We don't really want to bother with the hip-hop bug side discussion, so we're not football.
About Chelsea. We are talking about winning team.
But come on, did you have a good vacation?
I did. I need a vacation to recover from the vacation.
Okay, good. And you know, glad to know that everything is well and the family is safe. You know, not glad to know so the family is safe. How about you, Junior? Do you have a good vacation, family?
Oh, I caught COVID and I'm still recovered from it.
Brother, we did an episode about 2 weeks ago that you say you recover from COVID.
I still want my pampering. I still have COVID.
All right, football family, welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. It's all about reviewing some of the week's major news in the world of football. We're going to discuss the EPL, recap the weekend in this weekend's action in the EPL. But we'll take a deep dive in this Lukaku interview, get the final assessment from the Ball Chat family, and get our thoughts on what Lukaku said in an interview with Sky Sports Italia. We look at Chelsea versus Liverpool. We'll get ready for African Nations Cup starting in a few days, get a look at the lay of the land in that competition, and getting ready for the games coming down as big, bad Senegal runs out and the Super Eagles Nigeria gets ready for African Cup of Nations. We'll wrap up with Yard Ballers discussing Jamaican football and get ready for Paul Hall release his first squad as coach of the Reggae Boys. So we'll take a look at Paul Hall's squad and discuss the Reggae Boys friendly coming up against Peru. But we start off with Ballers and Bugs. Football family, we really appreciate you guys jumping in. Really take the time for coming in and really appreciate you taking the time to spend the football discussion with us for about an hour or so. All right, let's kick it off with Ballers of the Week. Ballers been impressive players. First Ballers and Bugs of 2022. Come on, who do you have as your Ball of the Week?
I have to give it to my guy Mendy, because if it wasn't for Mendy, would have lose 4-2 today. Yeah, let me give it to Mendy and keep it moving.
Why, Shotty? Yo, the ball of the shot. Junior, we have as your ball of family.
This is my ball of the week.
Come on, we are Junior, football family. I don't want to listen up. Come on, blood pressure idea. Our world is upside down now. It's dumb. Junior, we have as your ball of the week, family.
My ball of the week, in Ralph we trust. Ralph Rangnick, the man turned around Manchester United, the big ship that only had sinking. The water is not coming on board anymore, and we have turned the ship around. Ralph Rangnick, one of my ball of the week. My other ball of the week is Brighton. Brighton is what they're doing is quietly having a great season. You know, like how normally when it's your Brentford started like a bat out of hell and just kind of fade away a little bit and is now trying to get at themselves. Brighton just somehow, they just slip under the radar, doing what they do quietly, getting wins, getting good games. We have to get to the whole Brighton family. Barcelona, just like Ralph, I'm going to say Xavi and company have stopped the leaking of water and is putting the ship back in the right direction. It's going to take a while. They have to turn over this roster. But I like what I'm seeing from Barcelona. I'm not going to lie to you. Would that kill me? But I said that to the Barca football, after the Barca way, it's going to take time. So it's a reclamation project. And I have to give it to Chelsea. The whole of Chelsea. Everybody at Chelsea, except the big idiot. We soon talk about the big idiot. But everybody at Chelsea be given ball of the week because you went down against Liverpool to the 2-0 with all of this nice going on behind you. And you figure out some way in a 10-minute spurt for tie the game and kept the game competitive throughout. So big up to Chelsea.
Big up. Junior, could you lower your camera there? You're getting in our social media handles, brother. We don't really want you to block out our social media handles. So lower your camera or raise your seat, one or the other. Ballers.
Right.
Ballers, Junior ran away with all the ballers. I just have one baller family because we're going to keep it moving this week. Big up, Happy New Year, Prime Minister. Big up yourself, family. Prime Minister said, City bug up aside, ballers. Yeah, we'll get to City versus Arsenal in a little bit. We're not going to really say a bug up still because Arsenal fans are somewhat happy with the performance, even though they lost. My ball of the week is Matthew Kovacic. Simple, no long talking. Excellent goal in that 2-2 tie against Liverpool today. His work rate in that midfield with N'Golo Kante was impressive. Chelsea's midfield is nothing without N'Golo Kante and Matthew Kovacic appearing in that base. So ball of the week to Matthew Kovacic. Yes, I said it. Big performance. And whatever happened with Chelsea Football Club, and we'll discuss them at length in a little bit, Matthew Kovacic needs to be in the plan going forward. Big ball of the week to him. All right, let's get the bugs of the week. Big up Ty Gill running in, family. I see you, family. Bugs of the week, family. Who do you got? Come on. I mean, maybe we should just give Lakuku the universal bug and call it.
Hello. Sir. Okay, before we give it to him, I think give it to Everton. Everton is actually imploding, and I don't know what to say because Rafa is a good coach, and they have bits and pieces of good player, good possession style football when they're ready. And they have one or two little players who can really do some damage. But Everton really, really being poor. They need to get up the bug. And of course, the Chelsea number 9, he is the number 1 bug of the week. And we'll touch on him a little bit later on in the show.
Come on, not even call him name. The number 9 himself, the big man Lukaku. Junior, we have as your bug of the week, family.
Benton, it's the mere fact that you say Kovacic is your ball of the week.
Yeah.
Liverpool midfield get bug of the week. Because of the worst midfielder up on a big side. I didn't get bug of the week from you. I think Liverpool midfield was non-existent. Kante should I get my primary ball of the week. But sorry, N'Golo Kante. Kante single-handedly boss around Fabinho, boss around Milner, boss around Keita with him come on. You all are call for Curtis Jones. You could have called for anybody. Liverpool's issue showed up today with the lack of midfield play, and I am giving the whole midfield the bug of the week. You don't go up 2-0 and lose the game. You just don't. Lukaku not getting my bug of the week. But I'm telling you who getting my bug of the week? The people I'm around Lukaku. If you are his PR brother, if you are, footballers have a bag of yes man around them. Ask Liam Bailey and company.
Oh, well on, it's too early for that. We don't know if Leon Bailey have a bunch of yes man around him. Step back those talk. Them talk there.
Lukaku have a bunch of yes man around him. Somebody should have looked at him and said, brother, you might want to shut the hell up at this moment in time during that interview. So his handlers, we're giving all of them bug of the week. They're too fool, man.
Except the agent. The agent said that he had no idea that this interview would have taken place. So take out the agent out.
He's not a handler, Mr. Yes Man.
But hey, come on, you're very calm. You're so poised. Boy, yo, bug of the week to Lukaku or Lukaku's yes man. Boy, come on. And the reason why I have to say give a ball of the week, the way you're so calm with this whole storm and antness that Lukaku wake up at your club. But I am impressed. I am impressed.
Before I came on the show, I had a piece of Christmas cake and a red stripe. Sorry, that was icy cold. So forgive me if the rum have take off a little bit of the edge.
A whole heap of liquor that, you know.
Wally Palika. Big up Ty Gill. Ty Gill says, Bug of the week, quote, 2 shell. Agree with Julia, and he also says, so a player cannot express himself. What does it relate to Lukaku?
Ty, shut up your mouth. We don't want no Liverpool fan rolling contract, but me don't want you in my team business. I am. Bobo can't. We talk about this already. What you mean about the man? Whatever, man. Sure.
Yeah, we'll get to that Tiger about the player expressing himself in a minute. My bug of the week is Arsenal. Arsenal. Come on, you don't get award for playing well. That's not good enough. Playing well is not good enough. You're in a result-oriented business. You had Manchester City on the torture rack. You should have beaten Man City. At least get a point. Bug of the week. I know you were missing your coach, Mikel Arteta, but this idea of accepting a good display is not of a championship metal side. You don't accept we play good, but we lost. That is not good enough. Arsenal get a bug of the week for just accepting being good enough and not winning football games. You had Man City on the ropes. Should have beaten that Man City team yesterday. So you get a bug of the week from me. All right, let's get to football roundup and start with the big clash in the EPL. Yeah, go ahead, come on.
What is the convention? You are very unfair, and you know I'm not like Arsenal. You're unfair.
Yes.
The referee inserted himself in that game. Arsenal was reduced to 10 men, and it was difficult. The referee should have given Arsenal a penalty. That was a penalty. He did not go and look at the monitor. VAR did not review it, but they went and they reviewed the little tug of the shirt on Man City. So I think that's why Arsenal fans are a little bit happy with the performance, because the team went out there and did well, and they were actually playing against 12 men. There was 10 versus 12. And you know, no, seriously. I mean, if you watch the game, right, the referee inserted himself.
No, all right. And we'll get to the roundup of the Arsenal versus Man City game. And to reiterate the reason why I give a bug of the week to them, that being close enough is not acceptable, brother. This is football. You win the game.
They were 28. They were 2-0. They were 2-0. And now if Manchester United drop the soap, them gone.
No, they've done a very good job. They've been on a good run. The bug of the week, I reiterate, is because yesterday they had Man City ready for beaten, and they let them off the hook. Yes, there were questionable calls. The referee should have given them a penalty. But Arsenal fans and Arsenal coach and Arsenal assistants or whatever they are, cannot be comfortable with just playing good football or close enough.
Ethan,
yes.
So Garfield said Arsenal played very well. Think it's very harsh to give them bug of the week. I understand what you're saying,
Yes.
What you said.
Fair enough.
But Benton, dwindle down the bug of the week to Gabriel. Gabriel had a Ramos moment. I never see a man run down a yellow card like Gabriel. The man run 20 yards to the referee for say, give me a yellow card, please. That is where Arsenal lost the game. Yes, we can talk about the referee. Yes, we can talk about Arsenal to play good. No, Gabriel, Man City was not threatening Arsenal until Gabriel got that red card. They weren't. So, a Gabriel fault, man.
All right, football family. All right, I stick to my bug, but me definitely hear the thought. Definitely agree with some of the positions on that Arsenal did well, but it's just this close enough is not good enough for me, and hence the reason why. Let's get to our football roundup, family, and get to the Stamford Bridge matchup between Liverpool versus Chelsea, and then we'll discuss the Lukaku interview afterwards. The game ended 2-2, family. Some said it's a fair result. Some Liverpool fans were probably like, yo, brother, we were leading 2-0. How did Liverpool let this one get away?
When you say let, What do you mean? When you say, oh, Liverpool let Chelsea equalize, what do you mean, sir?
let get
Because
away.
as far as I saw, Chelsea was playing good football. So what do you mean, Mr. Hater? What do you mean?
Let me expand without being showing any bias to any team here. Chelsea is a mess off the field going into the game. And Liverpool took a commanding 2-0 lead. Now, we give Chelsea a lot of credit for coming back and scoring those 2 goals. But the Liverpool, big bad Liverpool 2-0. This is big money, big bad Liverpool 2-0 and let this go away. That's what I mean by letting this team back in.
All right. We need context because we cannot assume that Chelsea is a mess coming into the game. We cannot. But I'm going to tell you why. One of the players is in a mess right now. But the team, because we have not heard one player come out and say, I support Lukaku. We have not heard one player come out and say, Lukaku should have played. Not one. So the team galvanized behind Tuchel. And let me tell you something. Chelsea had a 10-minute spurt. That's all Chelsea had today. Out of 90 minutes, the man them had a 10-minute spurt where they look like the UEFA Champions League winners from last year. In 10 minutes. Conte had a great game and him dominated midfield, right? But Liverpool was in control of the game. We sat and watched. If it wasn't for Mendy, Liverpool scored about 4 today. So we have to keep the context somewhere along the lines of in that 10-minute spurt when Chelsea came back and tied the game. Pulisic should have scored early, never scored. The man scored a harder goal. Right? The Kovacic goal, I'm going to tell you this, a buck up. Him never mean for to do that. It does a kick, and does a kick in a space and a goal score. Right? But let's not keep it real. It's a 10-minute spurt and give them credit. The man them hold off the Liverpool charge in the second half. What we saw today is Liverpool's lack of midfield, and we saw Liverpool with a lack of players on the bench that can come on and give Jota, Mane, or Salah a rest. Where City can chew on a ball or can change the game. Liverpool can't do that. And that is the reason why City gone with the league right now and Liverpool is so far behind.
Come on, we'll look at the table in a second. Your thoughts on the game, come on.
Individual mistakes, kind of got Liverpool off and running because Chabala should have used his feet instead of his head. I'm not going to say his inexperience because he has played a lot of games to know that that was not what he was supposed to do. You can't give Mane them chance there. Pulisic should have been clinical. We would have been 2 up because he had 2 clear-cut chances early on. You can't leave Mane. Salah's goal was world-class from that angle, and I really am, always frustrated when they allow Salah space in the box because they really can't control him. Him can use left foot, right foot, him head. I mean, he scores goals from tight angles. Can't walk him into the goal. I always say, Alonso, who be at Chelsea because this man not care how poor he is in any game. It's like if somebody's out, bam, reach Alonso. Them not nobody else. I am so disappointed a lot of my time. And you saw it. And I was happy, even though I played for Chelsea, that Salah had an opportunity for kind of twist him more time close. Make us say he's not that ready. Our goals were world-class goals. Good goals. Let me not say world-class goals because we've seen better. They were good goals. Pulisic kind of made up for it. And for all the people saying that Lukaku would have scored those goals, I don't even know because he has played so many games and he has not scored. I don't think that he would have been effective versus Liverpool. Who was he going to bully? Who on earth did I make Lukaku bully them and score? Because he's not really technically someone. So they're going to name me, Horatio Ward, who is a Lukaku fan. He will eat me up when I say Lukaku is not technical, but he isn't. He uses his speed and his body to kind of get into goal and then the score. And I mean, nobody's arguing about him scoring because that's what a striker is supposed to do. So, I mean, I was disappointed that we could not walk away with all 3 points. But let's face it, Chelsea's run of form is giving us 0 points vibe. So for us to go against a very good Liverpool team today, without the number 9, without a Chilwell, with a Kante who is just coming back, I'm okay. I mean, we just need to realize that we cannot be dropping points. And I mean, our schedule is going to be harder, coming up. We have back-to-back games that are tough games. And at this point, Man City is sitting clear on 10 points. And until they book their toes, and we can't depend on them for book their toes, because they play good football. They play good football. Even with Grealish on the bench, they're playing good football. So the game was okay. We should have gotten 3 points. We didn't. Liverpool's a good squad. And I have to pick up our goalkeeper because in CFW, actually 2 point-blank shots on goal today. So it is what it is. We're not out of the title race. It's a little bit more difficult, and we only have ourselves to blame.
But I'm sure of something.
Yeah, go ahead, Junior.
All right. And Ty said, what if Lukaku had got the chance that Pulisic got? Remember showing how Lukaku's missing out of the game today really affected Chelsea. It's more than the goals that he scored, right? The problem with Chelsea, I think, they should have never let Tammy Abraham go. Because right now, they don't have a number 9. If Lukaku drop out of form, they don't have a number 9. If Lukaku injured, they don't have a number 9. When you take Lukaku out of Chelsea and you don't have Timo Werner, they have to put Havertz as a number 9. Havertz's best position is a number 10 behind the striker. Havertz was a missing man today in the game. He never have a play. Pulisic played in the number 10 today, and I'm sorry, Pulisic is a winger at best. He's not best served playing on the wing. Mount didn't have any space to run into today just because Lukaku wasn't there. So Virgil and Konate had a lot of chances to read those runs that Chelsea like to run into. That is what losing Lukaku in the game today. That is how much it hurt them. That's why you have to give them some props so the man come back and draw the game.
Because you have to give them. They
played with them hands tied behind them back.
Yeah, I think, of the 2 teams, I would probably give Chelsea more credit for overcoming and finding a way to get something out of the game, and probably could have taken the 3 points.
Prime Minister says City playing without a recognized 9 and clear at the top. All right. So I say,
point. Yeah, very good point.
Hold on. Let me mash up the point now. If you remove Lukaku, Chelsea dead, right? Remove Bernardo Silva out of City right now as they want to City. So yes, City don't need a number 9 because that's not how they play. City from David Silva days all the way through, they depend on that marauding midfielder that come from the middle and control the game. Remove Bernardo Silva. Make Rodri go back to him dumb ways of playing football. And so on to City. It's a different style. So
different system. Junior, come on. We're going to talk about Lukaku and this interview. It's been discussed at nauseum in other places, so we don't really want to spend a whole heap of time, but I'm sure the family have different thoughts on this and they want to get their final assessment or views on it. Would you guys, Junior, would you have started Lukaku in this game?
Hell no.
And what about you? Come on. It seems like a divided bunch out there in the fan base. Some wanted him to start, some didn't want him to start.
The ones who want him to start is just purely the football. It's just the football.
Okay.
The ones who say no, he shouldn't. First of all, I don't think he should have been left out of the 18. That's just my opinion. I would have put him on the bench.
Okay.
That's what I would have done. But I'm not a coach. But some actions require some consequences. And you can't just go out there and talk. Yes, his interview had more at the end that people are leaving off, where he said that I'm a professional and I will, act like a professional.
Yeah.
But my question is always this. what was the purpose of the interview? What was he aiming to accomplish by doing such an interview? When you go there and you talk about the system this is the system that they used to win a Champions League. When you and your agent heard that Chelsea wanted to bring you in for 100 million, right? You did not know what system Chelsea played. You were hoping that they would change the system to fit you, the number 9. I mean, what is it? What is his end game? Does he is he going to say, I'm going to put this interview out, and then the coach, I'm going to change the system so Lukaku can be a better player? I mean, like, I just don't understand why he thought he should do it. And he was heaping praise on Inter when actually taking a dump on Chelsea. I mean, yes, it is like a 2-part interview, but he already shoot himself in the foot. So him take out the shotgun, put the bullet in it, shoot himself in the foot. When I feel P&O, he move over and turn on the pipe and wash off the blood. That's exactly what he did. Like, I'm a professional, so what? Some things are left in the drafts. And I'm not saying that they should cut him. If he wants to leave, they should talk about terminating his contract, him leaving some money on the table and go. Because I've always said, if a player's unhappy at a club, why are you keeping him? You're not going to get the best out of him. It's going to be miserable on and off the pitch. So if he's not happy, let him go. But I just don't understand why he thought this interview was necessary. And I understand why Chelsea Football Club did what they had to do. You have to send a message to say, this is not okay.
Yeah, you have to send a message. Just kind of go over some of the excerpt from the interview here. Romelu Lukaku, speaking of Sky Sports, Fabrizio Romano tweeted some of it. Of course, Fabrizio Romano's covered his transfer in detail and spoke about the behind the scenes regarding him moving from Inter to Chelsea. Lukaku said, quote, physically, I am fine, but I am not happy with the situation at Chelsea. Tuchel has chosen to play with another system. I won't give up. I'll be a professional. I am not happy with the situation, but I am a professional and I can't give up now, end quote. Junior, let's see what the family have to say before you chime in on this Lukaku thing, because it's been discussed ad nauseum and we don't really want to spend the whole show talk about it. We could, but we don't really want to do it. Hear what the family has to say about this Lukaku thing.
He just killed himself to the Garfield. I agree with Cameron. Ty says City is a well-oiled machine. We can't compare, not apples to apples. And this is what Kramer says about City playing without a recognizable 9, and they are clear at the top. Ty also said that Lukaku is a striker, period. Chelsea needs him. All the titles Chelsea won in the past, they had a top man up front. Let me tell you something. You see, in production, in media, especially in sports media, these interviews, this interview wasn't done yesterday. It wasn't done 3 days ago. It was done weeks ago, apparently. So the thing with these interviews now is at GQ Sports, for all those who watch NFL, GQ Sports do the same thing where they interview players in the off season and then they pick times when to release that article. They haven't done it in a couple of years. The best quarterback in the league, when it was at Jacksonville, in the off season, run off him mouth about these quarterbacks. The brother asks, that interviewer asks, what do you think of this quarterback, And he give him honest opinion, right? In the off season. But when the regular season come around, they release expert when they talk about Tom Brady the week when they're going to play against Tom Brady. And the whole of Jacksonville get up and say, yo, this idiot, he might try to give bulletin material, blah, blah, blah. But go full circle with Lukaku. This interview was done weeks ago. We should ask ourselves, why wasn't the interview released then? Why did they wait until the week of Liverpool versus Chelsea? Chelsea's biggest game in the Premier League so far this year. Why you wait until now? Because
you just answer your own question.
No, but that's why we as fans should not bite the bait. So instead of we sit down now and we can't kill Lukaku for what he said. We can't kill Lukaku for saying it. But it's a difference. No, hold on, it's a difference, come on. Because the player can't speak in mind, right? But you should have never put yourself in that position. So that's all I know about the interview. I think there's more You say, who Chelsea play next? Manchester City. And they say a part 2. How about you want? Say, hey, Romelu, what if you had the chance to play for Manchester City? They need a number 9. They were running on Lewandowski. What if you could have got City instead of Grealish? And someone Lukaku say, I would have loved to play under Pep. Pep is the greatest coach ever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, breaking news. Guess what? In part 2 of the interview, Romelu Lukaku said, Pep is the greatest coach ever. Oh, by the way, Chelsea play Man City this week. Tuchel, how you feel about that? The $100 million man where you beg for, come out and say Pep is the greatest coach ever. How you feel about that? I trick the man, but trick on the man.
Yeah, but I mean,
not trick with that. Nope.
Yeah.
The timing.
Yeah, go ahead,
the
come on.
The timing have nothing to do with the message. The point is, if him said 5 weeks ago, 5 days ago, 5 hours ago, he said it.
He
right?
said it, yeah.
So people know, realize, and understand. Because when we got first at the interview, we thought it was current. So now fans and everybody know that it was 3 weeks ago. Part 1, part 2, 3 weeks ago. So even if them release it 2 hours before the Manchester City game, you answer your own question. Why did the interview come out now? Because we play against Liverpool. So they are looking for clickbait. They're looking for the reaction that they have gotten. And rightfully so. Because the timing don't matter. The fact that he said it, and I keep asking, what was its purpose? I mean, like, if I am a coach and I have my system, no one ball gonna make me cheat. And my system is working for me, and that is Chelsea's problem. You went out there to get a player based on what? Emotion, hype. You did not go there and get a player that fits your system. So you must have issues. You know, it's like putting a peg into a round hole. It's like, what is going on? It don't fit. So what is that they expect? He's unhappy. But listen, what I understand from Lukaku's interview is he's unhappy. I don't know if nobody else. He's unhappy.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's
he never come out and say, I am unhappy. The man never come out and say, I am happy at Chelsea. The man say, I am a professional. How many times did I work and want to punch the manager in the face because you don't like your job? But guess what? You need a paycheck and you're a professional. So I got it from Lukaku that he's unhappy. Unhappy players don't give their best. And let us talk the fact. Lukaku has not been at his best. So now, was he really injured? Was he faking the injury because he don't want to play in Tuchel's system and mash up his stats? What is it? It's just that fans don't like to feel like a player that we think is the marquee player or the face of the club, because he is the face of the club. Who else is the face of not Avert, not Mendy, not Kepa, not Pulisic. So we as fans don't like when a player disrespects our club as much as we might hate what is going on now. So Lukaku is unhappy. The coach is unhappy with him. And maybe other players feel the same way Lukaku does. But why him have to come out and say, play your role, Papa? So if he starts the next game, will I burn my jersey? Absolutely not. But make him go out there and down the jack and see what happens.
So just to kind of we'll go through some of the comments here in a second. He also says, quote, if there had been the offer of a new contract from Inter last summer as I wanted, we would not be doing this interview now here from London, but quietly from Milano, and smiles, end quote. All right, it's a whole heap of noise I go around this interview. He has a contract. Where do they go from now? Go from now. I mean, Tuchel said they'll have a discussion tomorrow, and we will find out the decision they make. Junior, go ahead.
That comment, the last part.
Yeah.
We would not be doing this interview now here from London, but quietly from Milano.
Yeah.
I'm willing for bet on any money that this interview was already set while he was in Inter Milan, while he was at Inter. Because the question is, why am I talking to BBC Italiano while I am playing for EPL and I'm not an Italian footballer, right? So these are the contexts what we need. These are the contexts what we need. But come on, may I tell you, come on. This is the context.
Junior, the interview being set and the interview taking place. Two different things.
Yeah,
But
Junior, I don't want to
even
know blood
yeah, but
pressure today.
yes, but even if the interview, even if the interview was set when he was at Inter, listen,
He said that he's
doing an interview in itself. Players do interviews all the time. The reason why we're not talking about it because it's not controversial. Them going and say them piece that was run by their PR or their social media or their agents, and them do them interview, give some boring answers, and go about their business. It is not the fact that Lukaku did an interview. It's what he said in an interview. And it could have been said, Junior, 1 year ago because he's a busy man. Of course, he could have been said. But even that when him say, if Inter Milan had offered me a contract, Chelsea wouldn't get me. So to us as fans, we're like, so we are your second choice. You never did want to come here because Inter never want you, make you come here. So it is not that it was set, Junior. Nobody cares. But it seems as if you're disrespecting the club that you play for. And you know what really... Listen, if we be in a first place, 10 points ahead, City, Liverpool, Man U, whatever, I bet you... I was like, him can't shut up all his motives and him not play good. We can say, him a chat. But we are struggling. Chelsea is struggling, and then bring Lukaku in to help us not be in this position, Junior. Him match up him out, him not score goal, him not play good, Chelsea not play good, and we are in this position. We don't know what anybody want as fans. You would be upset to Junior if it was Manchester United. I say, listen, get this man out of my club. For me, as long as him score 10 more goals for him come in the next 3 games, all is good. Him can even come over some oxtail if he wants. Oxtail expensive.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Understand the fun aspect, right? But let's remove yourself as a fan, right? We have no idea what the ulterior motive is. I'm telling you right now, it feels weird that Lukaku would do an interview disrespecting his current club for no reason at all on the surface. There has been no rumors. There has been nothing at all out there about cracks among... You remember when Pogba and Jose go through them riff at the Pogba interview? You could have said there's context. We know there's hate here. But with Lukaku, I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me if he have some business venture Italy, something off the field that he's pointing towards why I love Italy.
Man want to go back at Inter. Listen, the article come out 1 hour ago says Lukaku further irritates Chelsea by changing his bio back to Inter.
No, come on. You're still thinking as a fan. Why is he doing that? He can't...
Listen. Let us stick a pin right here. I do not care why he's doing all of this. I have always said, as a mother to a person who plays football, I keep telling people, when a player is unhappy, you don't get the best of them. And the mental health and the mental aspect of footballers, when they're unhappy, is unreal. Out of this world, right? Miserable. It's like, and football is a mental game. If Lukaku is unhappy, we cannot get the best number 9 that our 100 million is supposed to afford. So Junior, I don't know why he's doing this. Listen, as I said, they must figure it out. But I can't take it out. Must I take it as not a fan? This is the only reason why I'm reacting.
Come on. One simple question, I'm done. You are a Chelsea fan. You watch Chelsea when Tuchel take over and run go win Champions League, right? And you watch Chelsea this year. Has the system changed?
No.
So how the hell Lukaku has said nothing the system?
Hello, because he has not been banging in the goals like how I'm banging in Inter.
I tell them about our system change. That's a lie.
No, Jonah. Him not say the system change. Him say the system don't suit him. He is not being productive.
My fool. If you see them win the Champions League last year, them win the Champions League. Why the hell about change of system? That is like saying that. Hey,
that's what I've been and that's what I've been asking. So listen to me, and this is just me. I think he wants to go back to Inter because you, come here, you fizzle. We see footballers say already, say them now come on London because them spouse don't want to come, right? We see players move from other places and come on London and say they are miserable. He may be miserable. He may want to go back to Inter, but because him just come and pay some money, he has to do something. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow at the meeting he says, listen, if you don't change the system to suit me, I want to go. I know the stubborn German and the stubborn Russian are going to say, we not change the system, so then you can go. And guess what, Junior? He's going to skip, through all Stamford gate, and got back into Milan. And that's it.
Back which Inter?
What do you mean?
Last year, when we win the league, then we drop down, not winning nothing. You think Inter fat? This is Italy. You think they all take him back? We look and see what my boy at Juventus, Buffon, when Ronaldo leave, Buffon say, yo, when Ronaldo was here, the team chemistry changed to a one-man thing. You think Inter Milan, when take back a brother, will go last year Champions League winner and say, you have to change the system and fit me? You think Inter will take him back?
Inter will take him back from a business standpoint. Inter is 46 points. AC Milan is 42 points. The goals, they're not banging the goals like when Lukaku did it. Even though the goal defense is superior because the defense is better, but they're not necessarily scoring more goals. Inter wants to win the league. Inter wants to have an opportunity to win Champions League. If Lukaku says, I will take a drastic pay cut, Inter Milan will take him back.
Inter Milan.
Pin on that, and we're going to bet 120 Jamaican dollars that Inter take him back.
I bet you 125 say Inter going to go after Lewandowski and Haaland. They may even go after Zlatan. They probably go after...
No.
All right. You're going too far.
You might take it too far.
Yeah, you're going too far, Junior.
I think football is awesome because the business aspect of it. If and they know Lukaku's quality because he was a good servant for them. If he wanted 50 million last year,
Junior, just wait now.
Yeah, and he calls them and say, I am willing to take 25 million. They will go for him.
Come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Antonio Conte is not at Inter anymore.
Yeah, but Junior, make you guys get some context. Football family, big up to the fam. We'll get to some of the comments. We're discussing this Lukaku interview. Maybe get some context. Yes, Conte is not at Inter anymore, but the current manager, according to Fabrizio Romano and the brass at Inter Milan, tried to convince Lukaku to stay prior to this Chelsea deal. So they like Lukaku. Now, I'm not saying that Lukaku is going to go back to Inter, but if the money is right, anything is possible. And if he wants to go back to Inter, just make a talk with Chelsea and make a talk with Inter. The Inter Milan supporters group released a statement, says, quote, it doesn't matter who runs away in the rain. Those who matter are those who stay in the storm. Ciao, Romelu, end quote. I don't know why. I think he did the interview to repair the relationship with Inter Milan fans. He felt like the way things, where the contract occurred, where he left, wasn't the best way. And I think that's what's the impetus for the interview. If we get through some of the comments and hear what the family has said, because the family have a lot to say.
Del Jai on FlowSports said he should not have said that. Dwight Spencer, they are divas. Only D&E says Lukaku a move like a picnic.
Yeah.
Hey, why Garfield and raise the bet to them, say $130, say, now go back. But I think
hello, try to make note, those are Jamaican currency. Okay.
Because I think Cameroon failing to realize that Lukaku did well because Conte adjusted to suit his style, even when he wasn't scoring. And he also said that Cameroon, they cannot afford him. He most likely will end up at Spurs with Conte.
And another thing that...
Good one, you know.
Wait, hold on. Interesting. Hey, screenshot that. That is interesting. Can't take all them and say, yo, do. Come cook up something for you, come on.
Well, Conte was asked about this this interview, and he says, I cannot speak about that. So,
wait, where you did want him?
Well, Conte a bad man still, you know. Conte normally talk his mind. Lukaku also said just one final statement on this thing that he said. This one's a little bit... He says, quote, I really hope from the bottom of my heart to return to Inter at the end of my career, but when I am still not at the end of my career, but when I am still at a top level to win more together. I want to apologize to the Inter fan. Timing of my words was wrong. What you did for me will remain forever. End quote. Romelu Lukaku. There it is. And he also said there are 3 top teams in football: Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern. As someone knows him, they're drunk because we don't know Barcelona's no top team in football right now. Final comments on this Lukaku thing. Does he stay or does he go? Junior, come on.
He goes.
He goes. Come on,
unhappy.
say he goes. Goes January or summer?
Summer.
Junior, final take on this Lukaku thing. It doesn't matter if him do the interview 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 months ago, 3 weeks ago. Him can't make them talk about his current employer and don't worry about the consequences.
I think teams are going to spike Chelsea. They're not going to take him off their hands.
Yeah.
There are too many strikers out there. Lewandowski, Haaland. There are too much strikers out to pick up this brother now. So he's going to be priced out. I think he stays.
You think he stays? All right. Watch the space. Tuchel says they will decide something tomorrow when they meet. Boy, Lukaku, wake up, answers. Quickly before we move away from the EPL, Man City versus Arsenal. Just a few thoughts on this game. Come on, I want to find out from you. You said you're the referee. You're the official referee. Edison tackle and Martin Odegaard. There's a big uproar from Arsenal fans. They said they deserve a penalty.
And they're correct. I mean, the ball wasn't away from the player far enough for you to say the ball was away from him. And the goalkeeper fouled the player in the box while the player was on goal. So, I mean, it's just mind-boggling. And we talk about this. VAR is good, but VAR is run by human beings, and they are still able to make mistakes. Arsenal should have gotten a penalty.
Okay, Junior, let's take a look at the EPL standing, the first of the year. EPL standing at second of the year. As I get the table up, your thoughts on that Arsenal versus Man City game?
I like how you guys are pointing to the penalty and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Who should have got the penalty, but I'm going to say something that probably a lot of Arsenal fans agree with. There's no guarantee they're going to score the penalty. My boy, when Mr. The empty goal, how ironic that
Martinelli?
Yeah, Martinelli. We just bypassing Martinelli kicking the ball off the crossbar, right?
Well, on there, what was that? Was that after he had to go around the referee who was clearly blocking him?
Doesn't matter. He got there and kicked the ball off the upright.
Junior, as a business or footballer, as a business or defender, the referee is directly in front of the player, and he had to go around, was unbalanced, and kick the ball. I mean, if he got stuck, he made it direct in front of goal, but he had to go because the referee in that way. As a business or defender, you know how it is to be taken off, your balance.
The key, hold on. Before you dismiss mental, let me answer it properly. The key, someone said that I'm a business house defender, right? We're talking about an attacker. If I'm a defender, then you can't say that was a defender taking a shot, right? This man could have simply even taken one touch, control the ball, and just pass it to the. He did not have to shoot it that hard. So we're not going to get past that. We're not going to get past Gabriel with a red card. So even with the penalty not being called, that's not the reason why Arsenal never win. Gabriel,
but you can also point to momentum. I mean, like you can Junior. A 1-0 cushion, a 2-0 cushion, a 2-1. It makes a difference. So me not gonna follow you today and beat up Arsenal because that was one of the best games I've seen Arsenal play in a while.
They I gave them bug of the week. They did play well, but second bridesmaid is not a bride. You don't get no trophy.
You get the bouquet though.
The ugly bouquet, right? Now you're fine, I'm on. Man City sitting at the summit. Normal proceedings. Should we call it? Is it too early to call it? When do we call it? Because Man City 10 games, 10 points ahead.
You're out of order. I mean, you call it when it is not possible anymore. You call it when them are lead by 4 points and 1 game leave.
I think Junior said something earlier about Liverpool's midfield and the fact that Man City can bring in certain players. And you know this, come on. The Man City's depth is out of this world. And now Liverpool will lose Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah for African Cup of Nations. We don't know what's going to happen with Chelsea and Lukaku situation. What? Is Arsenal going to challenge them?
Arsenal going to challenge them.
No, because
you have jokes today.
Yeah, because
listen, but we don't know. But the club of this way of finding players who them in the academy or they language on the bench to come in and make a difference. We don't know. Maybe the Ox, maybe one boy named out that score. Oh my God, it's from the tongue. Oh, Origi. I mean, listen, we're not going to count them out.
Yes, fair enough.
Man City is deep, but sometimes teams with good squads have mental lapses. So I only say Man City will win if nobody else can catch them with the amount of games that is left. But if we have 15 games left in the season, we're not going to call it.
On the disrespectful. I'm not standing for the disrespect anymore.
Don't bring up Manchester United, fool.
Yeah, don't even bother.
Start with
Benton.
Yes.
Because we not talk about two dirty German we can't keep them side together. And them teacher, the man will teach them German of a coach in a Premier League. And you come talk about Arsenal. Look back Arsenal points. Look how much games Arsenal play. How much games the Empire play. Them going to take 2 more games. When Empire win them next 2 games, they are going to be above Arsenal. You ask if Arsenal going to challenge Man City. Let me tell you something. Manchester United above for challenge Man City.
Curtis Jones returning today was a good sign for Liverpool. Junior, Manchester United cannot even get past Bugside Newcastle in the middle of the week, much less. Go ahead, come on.
I was not saying anything. I was just allowing Junior to rant.
Yeah, it's premature to call it. But Man City looking their usual self. Before we look at Reggae Boys and discuss yard football, I know we're pushing up the clock. We want to get your thoughts quickly on African Cup of Nations. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We get more detail on it in the weekend coming up. Are you guys looking forward to this tournament and what it brings to the flavor of global football?
We like it. I mean, I like it. I like the flair. I mean, like some games are really good, some games are really bad. I mean, to me, I watch all kind of football. I mean, like if I watch Jamaica Premier League, I can't watch anything. But I really think Senegal Them have a good squad. So I am bringing Senegal to win.
Yeah, Junior. Six groups of six groups. The top two automatically goes top two, and then the best four third place teams go through a round of 16. African Cup of Nations kicks off this weekend. Big bad Nigeria. They're due to win something. They just fired their coach. But let's see. Your thoughts, Junior?
We can't go wrong what Ian Wright said, though. And the disrespect of the African nations. So we can't go around it. We won't hit that topic today. That is a long topic, but I think that cloud is hanging over the African Nations Cup. And something needs to be done. Why can't they have it in the summer?
Yeah,
Why?
because of the temperature, brother. It's hot like fire.
Carry it go South Africa. No, carry it to the southern hemisphere where in the summer it's winter. So it's a simple answer.
Yes, so every year every edition them alone get it.
Yeah.
My youth, it's January the tournament a kick. You and your European and UEFA companies and teams and management just have to deal with it. Watford, I'm looking at you for not releasing Dennis and also Ismail Sarr. Come on, do you understand the side of these clubs reluctant to release players? Watford is one of them.
I mean, yes, I really do. But if your country say you must go, a country should take precedence. I understand with the travel, with COVID, with the travel restrictions. I just think, teams are worried that when they come back, they may lose players for longer than what they expected. So, like, Dibby what for them out there, what are they challenging for? That's like a demand.
They're trying to stay in the Premier League.
No.
As it relates to Edward Mendy, how is the goalkeeper situation with Chelsea, and will Mendy?
Kepa is the most expensive goalkeeper in the English Premier League. Let him come earn him salary.
So Junior, again, to kind of allude to Mane and Salah leaving Liverpool, how does the absence of Edward Mendy affects Liverpool? Chelsea.
I don't think it affects them that much. Kepa is a decent keeper. We're going back to Kepa's moment when him tell the coach him now come off, and that kind of rubber stamp on him. But Kepa he's not Mendy, but he's a top level goalkeeper, so they'll be fine. We talk about Salah and Mane, that's a bigger problem.
All right, bigger problem. Football family will give the wall-to-wall coverage of African Cup of Nations starting this weekend on the show. We're gonna pivot to yard ballers. Does Arsenal big baller Abonian shows up for Gabon, or Arsenal is withholding his release? Any news on that one? No. So we expect Pierre.
Garfield said, I think this is a business issue. EPL is billions of dollars compared to AFCON. I think the clubs have a lot to lose when their best players are out. Arsenal will not finish in the top four. I predict Spurs will push them out. Chelsea and LFC will challenge for the title. And Man City has lost 2 games and will lose more. Dejan Davis says that Manchester United competed for Europe. What a man, disrespectful, man. If Liverpool owners let down the club, we didn't replace Gigi, who had 30 plus appearance and was disciplined in his role. He's a Liverpool brother. All right, cool.
Yeah, them can link PSG and try to borrow the service of one Gini Wijnaldum. It's not like not play ball for them regularly.
Come back on loan.
All right, let's step to yard ballers and take a look at Mr. Paul Hall's squad. We're a big coach, Paul Hall. Come on, and Junior. Paul Hall named his squad for the upcoming friendly against Peru. First of all, big up JFF for scheduling a friendly, because we need that right before the World Cup qualifier game. So you have to give them credit there. Of course, Jamaica will play Mexico on January 27th. Your thoughts on the squad, family, and what do you expect? What kind of system Mr. Paul Hall running out? I mean, he says in an interview, Mr. Hall says he's attacking football. There was some emphasis that he might be looking to kind of, get Leon Bailey more involved. Of course, Leon is injured, so he won't be involved in this game. I don't know, but your thoughts on again? It's good to see Akosa Chong in this group, and hopefully he can flourish in this friendly game.
Come on, you want to go first? Or you want to go first?
I'm not gonna stay long on this because somebody on Twitter say if them can't find Javon Watson a job because this man is consistently in the roster. It's a deep squad as a mixture. And I know it's not a FIFA date, so a lot of players won't be there. The goalkeeper, Andre Blake, is not. I mean, he's probably tired, burnt out, so he's not in the lineup. Lamar Walker, I mean, Peter Libas, I don't think he has a club. Ramon, Kevin Lambert, good to see Kevin Lambert in there. Phoenix Rising just inked him to another 2-year deal. So he is still there. Nice to see Kahim Paris play. I've been clamoring for Akasa Chong. He's even though he has only 6 scores, he's the leading goal scorer in the Premier League for last season. A little reduced scheduled game. So it's nice to see the Premier League players get an opportunity to showcase. The only issue I have is there, I don't understand what he's trying to do. Is it that he's trying to have players gel? Because 3/4 of them players there will not be on the roster for the World Cup qualification. So I kind of don't understand. Alvas is there, Damien is there, Corey Burke is there. So maybe they will be a little bit consistent, but a whole bunch of new faces. So I don't get that. It's nice to see him look at other players, but I really wanted a little bit of consistency. Maybe, keep the team kind of gel to go forward since we're not going to have a long camp and we're not going to have any other friendlies before we tackle Mexico. But it's a mixture. Paul Hall says he wants to see other people. That never come out right. But Paul Hall says he wants to see other players and have a look at them. So it's going to be interesting. Let's just see what the scoreline says. I'll be watching the game.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the game. I mean, they'll have, 3 games in that World Cup qualifying window. So maybe the coach want to try to expand the pools that him pull from. Junior, yeah, you what you have to say about the squad, family?
I have never seen a football squad get put together with more forwards than any other. He has 8 forwards, 7 midfielders, and 5 defenders. I big up the guys. They're going to play 4-2, 4-2-1-3-1. The guy, based
You stop it.
3 Jamaica. It's obvious. Paul Hall prefer a 3 defender system. That's obvious. That's clear and obvious, right? 3 defenders. How much forward about play with? 4, 5?
Some of the players wingers.
Put the wingers are midfielders, not forwards. 8 forwards.
Hold on, maybe there was no space. Maybe the graphic man the same can, but I put wingers and just put everybody as attackers. But hold on a second. So is it going to play 2 forward, 2 striker? What we're going to do?
Obvious. It's obvious it's a 2-striker system. So we know it's Mikel Antonio, and we know it's going to be Bowser, right? We know that. That's the starting 2 forwards.
We don't know that. We don't know that. It's Paul Hall. Know that. We don't know that.
How I see this system getting put together just after squad. This game against Peru is preparing his midfielders to how to play with 2 strikers. That's how I see this game.
Excuse me. He is preparing what midfielders? Because yes, sir, is how many midfielders him carry Watson, him carry Speedy, Lamar Bailey see the pitch. So he's preparing what midfielders? These aren't even the starters. So what midfielders is he preparing? That's my problem. You see, our problem is consistency. If USA are going to play one little friendly, they're going to pull players from the pool where them carry and play competition. We carry new people, right? To do what? I mean, I get it, but this is a World Cup qualification year, the World Cup year. So I would love consistency. We can't get Mikel Antonio, obviously. We can't get Boza because we can't get Boza because Boza they at Jamaica workout with O'Neal Fisher. I see him a workout so that yard. Fleming's there Miami. Bring him in. Let us keep consistency. Yes, him can bring in the Alex Marshall, the Deshane Beckford, the Kaim Paris, the Jordan Fletcher, the Corey Burke, but bring in the players them who we can get and then have them work together so they know what to do. You ever see Jamaican players them play a no look pass?
Yeah, but no look pass not to win games.
No, you ever see who used to play a no look pass? I've never seen them play.
Peter Lee Vassell.
Well, no.
Him play a no look pass to the opponent. Stop it. What I am saying is that sometimes to play the game is like it's the first time them play together. I don't know. I just think a team need to have a consistent pool. Don't get me wrong. Akasa Chang, he deserves to be called up because he's the leading goal scorer in the domestic league. Don't get me wrong. He's supposed to be there. But we would have hoped that the pool where Tapa and Paul Hall was working with would have been the core of this friendly for Peru.
Yeah, go ahead, Junior.
You don't know what Paul Hall. It wasn't Paul Hall's side. It was Tapa's side. So we don't even know if Paul Hall liked the ball that we played. We don't know that. But to answer your question about when we see a Jamaican make a no-look pass, let me tell you something, Cabo. The reason why they call Lenworth Hyde teacher is because the man stand in the middle of National Stadium and pointing at the stands. And everybody, every player, every ref, everybody I start look up and say, where my point, man? No look pass.
Okay. My apologies. I should say current player. But Junior, but you want to answer me? I think consistency.
Yeah, we understand.
In how far we progress. It's just so. Listen, all right then. Paul Hall may not have liked some of the players that top up it, but let us talk about this. Some of them players they do better than the one in the top up pick. So let us not.
Yeah, I understand and I agree that consistency is essential because at this stage of the game we don't have much room for error, and so but let's see what happens on July 2020, January 20th and then January 27th because Paul Hall is at the wheel. All right, so make we see where I'm forward with.
I think this Peru game is important as well because sometimes we lack kind of goals. We lack the midfield. So maybe in this group, Junior, maybe the graphic, because I think Alex Marshall is he an attacker or is he a midfielder?
I think he plays in the midfield. I've seen him play midfield.
Kaim Paris, where does he play? I think that the attacker list, as usual, I think they mess it up. But anyways, I think that this one looks all right. But anyway,
get ready for 3-5.
Yeah, so the Peru game is important to see how far we are and how deep our pool is. So they're also talking about Damari Gray getting his passport. So that's also important. But we can bring in these backup players that are good, but if there's no fluidity, if there's no consistency, if there's no gelling of the players, then it's just going to be Damari Gray on the pitch with the rest of the Jamaican.
So wait. So is this how long it take to get a passport? Does it mean that Damari Gray hot like fire right now of Everton? Will Damari Gray, can he get his passport before January 27th? Because it should not take so long.
Absolutely not. Look at Antonio.
Why does it take so long to get a passport?
Ask Mikel Antonio who them tell they had to be there in person. Listen, if Captain Orias Burrell was alive, that is the next day I'm getting passport. Yeah, but remember, Mikel Antonio, it took a minute for him to get it. So Listen, the Mari Gray knows him not play for England. Him should have started him passport process for him there at Liverpool.
Well, this is a must-win game. The game against Mexico, January 27, is a must-win game. If the
not gonna make it for that.
Oh, how can I? You know what? It's too early. It's too early in a new year. It's too early. All right. We could go to yard ballers, and you know, you have any information for yard ballers coming to see the on vacation?
Yeah. When me and Chris Williams from Putin is saying that he wants to list a club on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. I don't know what wrong with that man, but anyway.
Yeah, hold on, do I?
He want to list a club on the
Stock Exchange.
Stock Exchange. Yeah.
So people want to buy shares in a club like Manchester United. It's a publicly traded club.
That's what he's saying. He says he wants to grow. Yeah,
okay,
I mean, like
okay.
Me buy some shares in my Cavalier, because Cavaliers I export it.
I'll buy some shares at Mount Pleasant. I mean,
not Malign.
Not Malign. I'm sorry.
So my yard ballers thing is really short because I was on vacation enjoying the sun. So everybody know that Junior Fleming's move to France is now complete. Shamar Nicholson's big money move to Russia is complete. Alphonse Powell to FC Cincinnati is complete. Nico Brett to New Mexico is complete. And I mentioned earlier that Kevin Lambert recently signed a 2-year deal with Phoenix Rising. They rate him highly. And I'm interested to see how he fits in versus the game in Peru because he's a very good player. A couple of our players got cut in USL. I was looking for the list. I couldn't find it. Only hear by word of mouth. But I know Peter Lee Vassell is now looking for a club. I think Deshaun Beckford too, but I have to double check. So next yard ballers, I have my list to talk about the transfer because people are moving players to different clubs. So next week we'll talk about all our players who are on the move. So that's it for me.
All right, big up, family. Really appreciate you taking the time on your vacation to accumulate some information on yard ballers. Football resolution for 2022 as we go my yard family. What are your resolution for 2022 football wise? Are your wishes for 2022? Forward, come on, you go first.
My wishes are what?
But football wise for 2022, what are your New Year's resolution for 2022 football wise? Well, go on.
That Chelsea will stop spend money on food ball. But that Chelsea will go back to winning ways. That Barcelona and their madness will stop because now Xavi come out and say them cannot register Ferran Torres until them get rid of some players, which is ridiculous. Coutinho will be off the books. Who else? Barcelona win the title and Chelsea win the title.
Which title?
Those are my wishes. Now, what you say which title? A title. Okay. I don't care because no team don't win no title, aka Manchester United.
The football resolution for 2022 family. Cinema Junior, your football resolution other than Manchester United winning the EPL. It not happen. What's your football resolution, Junior?
It's all like come on, give a football resolution for the next 10 years.
Exactly.
Our resolution is common sense will prevail, and this foolishness we're hearing about the World Cup happening every 2 years, hopefully common sense prevail, and we don't change the format, and we'll keep it to every 4 years.
All right, let's get you. BM wants to know what are thoughts on Boza's transfer to Spartak Moscow before we go my yard. Mr. Nichols says his football resolution is City get Haaland. I thought football resolution from the texting said that Madrid gets Mbappe and Haaland. But family, before we wrap up, your thoughts on the Spartak Moscow transfer for Boza? Just a look of it. Come on.
Big money move. The boy from Trenchtown is now a man of Russia, which, everybody's extremely proud of him. I mean, it was a hard route. I think, the route wasn't traditional. He kind of went around the way. Boza is a humble young man. You know, keep him head down on him work. So I mean, this is well deserved. You know, for me, I'm afraid I rushed up, but anyways. I hope they take care of him. Some players me here, you know, I think it was Errol Stevens, I think that we had. Him say Russia's a hard place to play, especially if you're not doing well. They're really, really, really rough. And I hope Boza's skin is sticking up because you have some boneheaded fans. But get your money, young man. Set up yourself, take care of your family, enjoy your life. You only have one. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good move for him. I mean, in terms of money-wise, and if they spend all this money on him, he will play.
Yeah, big up to the admin of Spartak Moscow. And then draw a tune was about what la 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 lang, la 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 lang, lang. Junior, you are the DJ now.
Easy with the singing.
Junior, why tune name with them draw for him? Talk about we've been watching you. Inner Circle do it.
You be 44.
What the may I stay wide from it. But yeah, huge opportunity. Go ahead, Junior.
Is that for the player? I'm happy for him. I wish him nothing but the best. And I'm going to say it because come on, hinted at it and go around it, and I just said it the nice way. He is black playing in Russia and they are extremely racist. So I am hoping that he goes there, lights the league up, and don't spend longer than a year. I really hope he does well enough where a team in Germany, like Salzburg or one of them side, and it's not to say that him don't belong at a bigger club, but I want to see him playing comfortable, in a comfortable environment where there's not that crazy expectation levied on him. Look at Mikel Antonio. He's in a perfect situation. He doesn't have crazy expectations, right? And he's put in a position where he can flourish. I love the move. I think Russia, if he goes there, he can be a trailblazer to create a pipeline over to that region for Jamaicans. And I just hope him get there, get out, and making money before experiencing any racism, before experiencing any of that. Make your money, youth. Get out of there, though. Get to a bigger club and just keep going. I love the move, though.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, so why should he be a trailblazer? I mean, like Damani Ralph went there. Errol Stevens was there.
Yeah.
And Jamaicans never really fancied. Jamaicans are not like, we're too cool. That's the first thing. And where people ball. I don't want nobody ball off from it. So no people don't go. It's not a big... Listen, if it was a $1 million move, those are not going away. It's a $10 million transfer, one party. And 1 year, isn't this contract like 5 years?
It don't matter if a Borussia Dortmund come call, no, not Dortmund, but if a AC Milan come call it, of course them are cash in.
Excuse me, Italy is just as bad as Russia. That's the first thing. But second of all, nobody ever pay more than Shakhtar. Nobody. Them have money tall, like Chelsea own a money. So Boza, take your money. Do not pay the fans them no mind. Score your goals. Go your yard.
Go and eat your food, Boza. Go and eat your food. And yes, come on, the man Ralph they go on, but go on good at Spartak Moscow when he was there. Yo, football resolution. Garfield said, I hope Jamaica get a real good coach to improve the game in the island. So what? Paul Hall is not good enough. He says similar to the impact of Rennie Simoes. Maybe Paul Hall is that guy, family. Maybe Paul Hall is that guy.
But isn't Paul Hall going back to his yard? Wasn't there an article that says his wife don't want to live in Jamaica? I mean, I rang another mix because oxtail is $1,700 a pound. I want to live there either. And a cheap patty is $2.80. So I want to go either. And I know for bread is $4. But anyway.
It's a World Cup.
He's not having job? He's not having job to go back? It's
a World Cup year. And Garfield said no to answer my question about Paul Hall. It's a World Cup year, so if Paul Hall get the reggae boys to the World Cup, come on. You know what, then we'll just go on a Jamaica and easy.
Hey, no, I don't think so because happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, wife just have to understand, say I work the man I work, yeah. Junior, and come on, World Cup year, Qatar 2022. will we see the Reggae Boys there?
No, look here. I don't know what. Benton, it is too early to put us on the spot. Listen to me. Well, I'll say yes. But because to be honest, I have never been to Qatar. It's on my list. I would go. I would throw 3 and a partner just to go. So my heart say yes, but my head say no. It's too difficult of a hill to climb. Not impossible, but it's a very big hill to climb for us to get to it. I want to go. I mean, like, you know, I have about 4 jerseys put on when I need to wear and tie up my ear with my bandana and wave my flag. But I don't think so. And so Junior, please be nice.
Junior, care to comment?
Jamaica will be there. Jamaican referee will be there.
Football family, we as a fans of the Reggae Boys, we were holding out hope, but we don't know say rough, but we'll see what happened. Go ahead, Junior.
That's a go away, Benton.
respect, family. Football family, really appreciate you taking the time. Wait, before we go, we want to highlight a small business, a football business, and we want to big up the owner and the product, Volley King. Big up to Desmond Morrison, owner of Volley King. And the Volley King is a training device used by soccer players to develop their skills. You can check out volleyking.com for ordering info. And the Touchmaster at gmail.com. You can email Volley King ownership, Desmond Morrison at Touchmaster at gmail.com. We're going to get a few of these things for some of these players coming up to help harness their skills. Volley King is something that is quite effective in coaching and solo practice, effective in developing your skills, taking volleys. Volley King Junior. Junior, come on, and have any comments on the Volley King, the product itself?
One of the best things about the Volley King that I can say right off the bat is for us when all of us was going through training and that half volley practice.
I thought you said Alvas. I thought you wanted to say Alvas. Can I use that?
Can I use it still? but when we were going through training, you had a player that stand about 5 to 7 yards away from you, throw the ball to you, and you were supposed to kick it from the half volley and kick it back to them, right? When you talk about effective training and time being spent honing your skills, you are so dependent on that person throwing the ball perfectly to your volley, to your half volley, and you are also depending so much on your own technique that you kick the ball to that player well enough when we all know that it takes about 5 every 2 minutes for you to get a good volley off, right? While with the Volley King, in 2 minutes, you can probably take about 50 volleys. So just off that alone, you save time and be more time effective in training, which is one of the great things about that product is, and especially you get the ball, it come right back to you at the same time. You can't lose. You can't lose. And I see a lot of young kids seeing a great use out of it. I wish I had it. If I had it when I was coming up, I wouldn't be a business house baller.
You would be a business house baller. And
I think I sent it to my cousin and my sister. You know, I sent the website, I shared it with them, and I said that a generous donor is going to donate one to their program, which I think I think the name alone is kind of deceptive because it's not only about volleying the ball. It helps with your agility. And I think that's one of the things that is missing from the game. And we have to teach the young kids them how to really and truly be agile. If Gabriel did agile today, if Martinelli did agile today, he would have scored the goal. It wouldn't go nice side netting. But it's my so I think it's a very good product.
Yeah, volleyking.com. Big up the Touchmaster Desmond Morrison. And if you're a coach, you can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Maybe we can work out a thing and see if we can get you guys a couple of these products so you can develop the skills. Christian Pulisic, could I use his touch better today after he miscontrol and launch into whose foot he launched into almost picked up a yellow card. So those first touch is essential. Lukaku, big man Lukaku could have used a volley king and work on him touch. So volleyking.com. Football family, we put it up on our social media. Go ahead, Junior.
I'm talking to Romalu right now, because I'm going to have a lot of time on him hand. So can use one of them volley king and forgo on like first touch.
He can work on his touch.
Brother, the under 23 side, you know what I work with the academy player them, man. Yeah, Ram. All right. Yeah, big up, bless up. And Pogba said now come back and play with
it. Football family, thank you for joining us. It's nice to see the new year with the family. It's really appreciated. We really appreciate you guys joining in, jumping in. We love the discussion. We'll do this again next Sunday. We got African Cup of Nations to discuss. We'll discuss the Reggae Boys, and we'll get hopefully some finality on this Lukaku Chelsea saga. Come on, Junior. We got no family.
Bye.